think now, because a lot of you started making connections. And we're not going to share out yet, but if this story was similar to the one or the movie you might have heard, touch your nose. If it was different than a story you might have heard, touch your ears. If it was different. We'll get into that in a little bit. But before, so we're going to talk about some things. At the beginning of the story, I want you to think back. Who was invited to the feast? I want you to think back. And I want you to stand up for me, and I want you to think. Stand up, put those thinking caps on. I want you to think, who was invited? Who was invited to the feast? I want you to make a turn. Turn your bodies, turn. Find your partner's hands. And I'd like you to share out who was invited to the feast now. Who was invited to the feast at the beginning of the story? Share now.
The 12 fairies.
I hear some friends saying, who was invited? Who was invited? Who was invited? I heard 13 fairies. Was it 13 that was invited?
12.
How many fairies were actually invited?
12.
12.